Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Friday Night Bricks. Obviously, it's Christmas. So basically, I'm gonna stream tonight. I'm gonna build some of the Hope Castle stuff. I've got the walls, so I've got the clear sections are over there. Camera's not set to show it. Maybe I'll figure that out later. So basically, I'm gonna work on more modules. Pulled out one of the Badger guys to show for things. I actually shortened my original gatehouse doors, which were huge. And actually, I made them shorter so they'll work in these newer walls. Unless, of course, I go bigger. Maybe I can always go up. We'll see. And that's kind of something to think about. But in the end, I think all the walls kind of on the same height. So that's kind of what I'm going with right now. I'm going to sort a few of my headlight bricks first here. Came across a second bag of the headlight bricks. So this version of Hope Castle is just going to be strictly clear, no trans black in this one. So I had another bag of headlight bricks too. I think I pulled all the clear ones out of here, but we'll see. So we're going to go ahead. And what I mean by clear, I'm talking about a lot of these have tiles on the front of them to give that 3D, the three-dimensional look for them. So a lot of them have the trans black tiles. Some looks like they don't have any tiles at all, which means they didn't get altered. So with this current version of the Hope Castle being rebuilt, I'm actually not doing any of the trans black. I'm going to avoid doing that for right now. Hey Moto, hey Kevin, how's it going, guys? So this version is going to be strictly a clear version. It gives me a little bit more outs for later on if I want to do other versions. And worst case, if I decide to rebuild rebuild Hope Castle, I can all the old walls. I can actually, hey Ralph, I can actually have more story, I guess, to that inner wall. It can be clear. So I'm gonna try and strictly stick to just Lego tonight. I actually didn't do much today. Pretty much woke up, got up, had some breakfast, watched the Badgers stomp Michigan State today in men's basketball, and then I actually went up, turned on the heater upstairs, and kind of fell back asleep. Did a little dreaming. The one dream I hope I never comes true, but somehow mixed up in some kind of crazy turf warfare of some kind of something. It was a weird dream, but yeah, definitely a weird way to spend my afternoon. But yeah, it didn't really. And obviously, with this current COVID and not hanging out with family and stuff, really didn't help. Not really doing much, so kind of sucked. Kind of wish I thought my sisters. She actually they have the family copy of the Rummy Royal game that we did used to play as kids. We actually went looking through the game closet here at the house when my sister came over the other day. I went looking for it, and in the end, it was actually at her house still. So that was kind of fun. So, but hey, collector, happy birthday! So it's one of those things where it's always fun to go through the old game closet. Lots of old games. What's kind of ironic is if anybody likes to play Battleship, we found a whole box, and obviously we must have played a lot when we were younger. My dad must have found the paper copy of Battleship, and he printed thousands. There's a box of probably 1,000 of these sheets. So if anybody wants some paper Battleship games, just let me know, and in the next care package I send out to you, I'll send some copies of Battleship. Obviously it looks like you get a few more ships than in it's 1 5, 2 4s, 3 3s, and 4 2s. So fleet of ships. So. All should have been screen printing that shot so we could play Battleship later, and I could just be guessing numbers. You guys all did that, right? You took a screenshot, you printed it already, you're ready to play later. Actually, I probably should have pulled out. I went looking for it last night or the other night I streamed. I was looking for the game Port Royal, the one I did that play on the video on at one point. That'd be a kind of cool one to play. I don't know, just kind of been in a funky mood today. So other than that, not much. Just kind of checking out the social media posts and everything else. Like I said, I didn't really do much today, so. But I'll sort these and then kind of we'll do some building. I work on the gatehouse tonight. It looks like that is what I grab that and a couple of small ones. You can see these walls. I mean, they're huge. Huge sections. Probably something more that I could do with maybe a possible modular one at some point, perhaps. Luckily, I have some round clear plates because I was thinking I didn't have any. I'm like I had a few days before the stream to go out to storage. I know I have a crap ton out there because I haven't really used too many of the clear ones. They were used primarily for just like posts for like chairs, beds, anything that was going into some of the other some parts of the castle. But so other than that, not much. Obviously went looking for some of those new sets at one point last week. Didn't find any of them. I don't know. I mean, I need to talk to Mr. Hinkle. I mean, I need to figure out what I'm hunting for this year. I'm speculating I'll be hunting for that second set of the Mario when they come out. I'm not sure if he wants any of the of that new series. I don't know. I got to look at them more closely to see if I'm going to want any of them or not. I don't know. Kind of lost the rush to get all the series anymore. It's just a big expenditure. Still, even though they dropped the number of figs, it's just I don't know. I don't know if I need them. I'll have to see if there's any of them in that look like I could use them. But I've stopped collecting full sets. I think I stopped around the DC line or whatever. So I mean, not collecting the whole set anymore. Just not worth the time anymore. I mean, and actually, a lot of the posts are coming through now on Facebook. Some of the memory ones. Is it one set or two, Kevin? You have to let me know. You give me one set of that or two sets of that. Let me know if you need still of any of the series one. You still need duplicates of because I found the the extra ones I had. I think I want some of the. I'm gonna have to go into the parts and stuff and see about getting some of those purple parts for some of the actual set pieces in the new Mario Wave. Since purple's the other color I like, other than clear, of course. But so, yeah. But all the holiday poster now. Actually, I was just looking at one on Facebook where the start of my downfall of the modulars was when I actually gave my. I gave my cafe corner to when I gave my okay, now I can figure where I was at. Okay, there I am. Well, when I gave away my cafe corner, actually all I had was a fire brigade box. So actually I packaged my cafe I had built once, and I think I used it in the show, had a hot tub on the roof or whatnot. And I gave that to Taylor. Taylor got that. So there's been a lot of memories of Taylor coming across on my Facebook lately. I spent a lot of time in the PICU and stuff with him. Kind of miss him. I mean, it's sad, I mean, the Lego job, it ran into a lot of kids, working the job, So, not all of them were super healthy and everything. So, the ones that had cancer and stuff kind of sucks, when you run into that stuff. So, but other than that, it's one of those things where, yep, that was the down. Once I did that, once I gave away the cafe, because I really hadn't been collecting them, I probably had chances, to get the Market Street and all those, and I never really was collecting them. Probably should have looked at them a little bit more often, but didn't. And so. Yeah, I probably need to start liquidating some of the extras of my other CMFs lines. I need to try to go through them. I don't know. I start everything. I never get very far. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things where I've got a massive collection. Probably do need to do a couple of the short videos. I did a couple quick ones on my phone when I was at storage the other day. But the way my collection's set up, 30 seconds you'd think would be just an easy swipe through or up and down. And I'm like, every time I'm at the end, I'm rushing. So I don't know. I got to figure out. I might have to probably do that. I think I even did City at one point, nice and slow and everything. And that I was able to fill 30, but even then it felt like it was rushed. So, but yeah. So other than that, yeah, I don't really need to collect a lot of stuff. I'll be looking forward to seeing what the translucent classic set is like. Obviously, have to pick that up, do a review on that one. Being that, I do have a fair amount of translucent pieces. do need, and then and obviously I'm kind of working on this again. I need to get this kind of built again, since even though the big conventions aren't happening, the northern Whistler people that are going to be Foxlug eventually, they did one mall show already this year, and within the last month or two, and I think they're going to go do one in February. So my goal is to at least finish as much of this as I can, try and get to at least all the walls on the outside, try and at least get one level to keep up. Yeah, I mean, but I think of people too, and then I would think of, I don't know, Kevin would have to refresh my memory. Who's the lady that they used to do, I think I want to say the auction at Brick World from Minneapolis, worked 20 some years at the store up there. When she came on the virtual, Brick World virtual, the first one, she kind of walked us through her Lego collection and was like, Reed, you remember the pick-a-brick bins you could buy at the store, the green ones? And she had like a wall of them. And I'm like, nope, don't remember those, And so Judy, yeah, I think her collection is pretty big too. I mean, and people like Barbara, Hole in Whistler here, who does lots of, flowers and stuff. I mean, there's lots of collections out there. I mean, we all have big collections. I mean, my parts and stuff are still in the process of being organized. I mean, I do have a lot of parts from all the years of grab bags and pick-a-brick. I mean, I don't have any cups now. Ken would have to come on, let me know how many cups I gave him, but I also loaned the Lego store at Park Meadows at least once or twice 50 or 60 cups each time. So, I mean, and then I still had a ton at the end. And then God only knows how many I refilled. So, so it's one of those things where it's wild in terms of how many pizzas I have. And some of it's sorted. Plus, I have collection stuff, and the collection stuff I don't have a weird inkling of mixing old with new, and so a lot of the new stuff was always sorted into the bins and whatnot, and then the collection stuff is all grouped together in its bins and whatnot by the collection, like the Brighton collection and Boulder. I mean, the Boulder one was where I got all the train stuff, but the train stuff's been since, because it used a lot. It was in track boxes. I did pick up, since Power Functions was kind of on the way out, I did order and I did get 4 of the Power Function train motor. I'm not a big Power Function fanatic, but I do have 2 of the rechargeable battery boxes. I do have a bunch of stuff. And in the end, I mean, I'm kicking myself now because I Miss Brickett and got my servo motor, and I was thinking, I can order another one if I ever want to do a rudder for a boat. But if I ever need to do that, I'll figure out a way to get one if I ever need to. But even the boat's been sitting in the dry dock forever, and with Brick World been on, no actual Brick Worlds, there's no need for a boat race. So haven't done that in a while either. So I think I did look at the other day, though. I came across it looking for the motors or something. So but I guess, like I said, I mean, the key thing I'd be interested to know is, I mean, how long it's going to take before some of these other companies like S-Brick and stuff to start making their own components and stuff. Seeing how Lego's getting rid of the Power Functions, and I thought those motors were great. Now, granted, I guess they still have. I guess the motors probably just have probably the same motors, but I guess they have that new connector for the new powered up, I guess. So, but I mean, to me, I mean, I just have, like everything else, you hear stories about it. I almost would be kind of cool to see someone actually remake the 9-volt motors. I mean, since so many of the AFOLs still have that track, and I mean, unless you are maybe somewhat mentally insane, I mean, you have no reason to get rid of that track because you just turn it on, you walk away. I mean, I know they love using the dial stuff for GBC and stuff like that. So it'd be kind of interesting to see if someone, some privateer would try to maybe figure out if there was a way to still make that stuff, or if, or wait until if there's still a patent down it, wait until it expires, I guess. But I guess we'll see. So other than that, yep. So other than that, I mean, obviously I was looking at that one catalog the other night. That's kind of my thing here. But then of course I got my Secret Kit Santa yesterday, and of course somebody's hinting that I need to start building in gray again. So Gray Castle. Somebody sent me a castle book. You know, it's not very big, but it's got some key elements in it. And then, of course, but I mean, it's kind of hard to guess if he wants me building in gray when he sends me a snow groomer, so I can still, you know, gather all the ice and snow from my clear castle. So I'm kind of, you know, interesting. So for Assembling Hope, well, Assembling Hope will probably keep making silent donations, since it's any of the places that, you know, would probably want stuff don't want publicity. So I mean, if people are out there and abouts, you know, after the different holidays and they find the cheap poly bags, if you're not going to buy a bunch of them, but they're $1 or $2, definitely let me know. You know, I do have a fair collection, but I mean, some of the duplicates are starting to dwindle as I use a lot of them for you know, giving them out type thing. So I don't know. I mean, haven't really thought about it too much. You know, obviously it's one of those things where I still like to give stuff out. I mean, you know, Taylor was the one that, you know, I gave a lot of stuff to over the year. You know, that was where I started collecting the CMFs, because he wanted a whole set. And so that's where I really started to learn to feel the CMFs was for him. So I could get him a whole set. And while I was getting him a set, I'd get me a set. And that's where, I mean, I think, because I mean, he passed away, and I got to pull out my phone, so I don't feel bad. It's been a while. It's been a long time. What do I do with my phone? I threw my phone somewhere. There it is. So, you know, I got all the dates. I mean, I think I want to say 13, maybe 2013. I got stuff popping up on my phone, so I don't wait till that to disappear. I haven't gone in there in a while because I haven't needed to do much with the dates. I'm trying to think what the name of the title was for that one. There it is. 2013. He died a week shy of his 12th birthday. That's right. Because Justin and 14 along with my sister. So, yeah, I mean, obviously with a lot of the places, you know, some places not needing, you know, publicity of, you know, or, you know, donations and stuff. I mean, we'll see. I mean, and I could always maybe try and get the 501c3 status, get that and go from there and whatnot. We'll see. I mean, obviously, since I'm living where I'm living and whatnot, I still do the easy. So all my donations, if I'm making any, I don't need to do anything with them special, because they're not going to be taken out in you know, taxes or anything. So I'm guessing. I mean, I guess it'd be nice to get the 501c3 status at some point. That'd be kind of cool to do. Let's see where to get the bag. So. Yeah, actually, I think I already have 1 or 2 of those groomers, Ralph. I mean, I actually asked for another one, obviously, because I do have a lot of. I do like the snow, and like you said, I mean, I took apart most of the mills plates, which will have to be rebuilt if I redo the castle again. I think I was hoping to get kind of an idea of how many parts. And in the end, I really only counted the 1x2 clear plates, but confirmed what I needed to know. I mean, the castle is definitely over 100,000 plates above the mills. I think I just dropped the headlight plate, but thought I missed the bag. I don't know where it went. I don't see it. I don't know where it went. You have to dig for it later, I guess. I'll find it. If you hear me scream later, you'll know I stepped on it. Yeah, so in the end, I guess we'll see. I mean, that's kind of the goal, is to probably see. Okay, so these guys I don't need, because these guys don't have the tile, so we'll pull those aside for now. The goal is obviously to get the castle up. I need to get the castle built. I need to get Maggie's level rebuilt, because if I'm going to Green Bay at all this year, I need to get her level rebuilt so it'll fit in the new castle, because I got her old level still over here, and that was the one level out of the whole old castle that still kind of skews numbers, because that did not get destroyed. I'm not destroying her level, not destroying Maggie's level until I get the new the new castle built. So Maggie up in Green Bay still has her level, you know, and she liked Rey from Star Wars, so that's her character in there. So, you know, that's kind of the nice room I built for Maggie. And Maggie is a cancer survivor, is what I've been told. And so they saw the castle when I was at the Green Bay show last year. When I was up at I went to the Bay Beach show, and so I was kind of hoping to go this year when the castle was still built, and I guess now I get a chance to rebuild it. Yeah, actually, what's funny is I showed you, I got your card yesterday, Kevin, and I showed that to my sister. My sister's a year younger, and she was like, "Wow!" And I go, "Yeah, he's an artist." And it's like, does he draw? Does he draw for a living? I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "He should, because he's really good." And I'm like, "Yeah." And those were your doodles. I mean, those weren't even the like drawings. Those are just the doodles, which are good. So, always amazing to see, you know, great stuff. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do this and figure where the center is on this. So shorten the gatehouse. Doesn't need to be as massive. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Hopefully be tall enough for the badger to get through. Yep. He's got clearance. He's got clearance. So that gatehouse has been trimmed, and that is tall enough. So, yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta do what you love. I mean, that's kind of those things where, you've done my logo and whatnot, and you've done some stuff. I mean, so I kind of joke because, I mean, Chester was kind of cut off, as part of his Speedo was cut off. I said, yeah, I told him to draw Chester rocking a Speedo, and he was. I mean, which reminds me, I should probably create that purple Speedo for Chester for this year. I need to get that made for him, so he's got some cool cool clothing to wear, you know. So other than that, I guess I can pull some parts here. We're gonna do that. So, and in the end, I guess, yeah, I mean, actually, I mean, what's wild too is, I mean, Brick World was supposed to be, is still going to be a collab at some kind. I need to see who else I'm going to recruit for the collab as we move forward. I have to see if I can grab Ralph too, see if Ralph is interested in doing some kind of if he's going to come to Brick World ever. I know Zach, I think current ambassador for Denlug, I think, was actually thinking of building a castle and coming to Brick World. It's been a few years since he's been there, but the last time he had been there was with Arklug. So him and his wife moved out to Colorado. So, you know, the network actually is pretty cool that we create as AFOLs. I mean, people move around the country. We try to help them move into the different areas, and as people move from one group to another, and luckily with like Zach and Chris Hembry moved from Denver down to, I think, Missouri, but he was close to where the Arklug guys were meeting or somewhere in that area. So he joined their group, and then Zach moved to Colorado, and then of course we welcomed him with open arms in Denlug, because obviously, you know, we already knew of him from, you know, all the talking we'd done, so that always is helpful. So, but yeah, so the collabs are always fun. I mean, besides that, I mean, that's kind of part of the reason the Hope Castle was being minimized of sorts, because obviously, you know, the castle before was pretty huge, and so in the end, I was trying to make something a little bit smaller, so it looks a little bit more unique within the collab. It'll still be kind of, it'll probably be one of the larger ones, but in the end, at that scale, it'll look better with what's going to be there. I mean, we've got an orc base that Jordan in Milwaukee is going to offer up to have Michael Frederick use, which reminds me, I probably should see if he wants an invite for tonight. But so it's one of those things where there's people out there that have done some pretty cool stuff. So we always like to have them as part. And Michael was one of those guys that always, him and I have actually been going back and forth with a collab for many years at Brick World. So So it's one of those things where, I mean, those are what makes it fun. I mean, I said, hey, can I put some stuff on your layout? I mean, it's interesting because people might ask, why are those guys there? They're out of character. They're not part of the context. And that's kind of where it's cool, because you add something to the layout that might look weird, might look unique, but people are going to enjoy the fact that there's something that's, just out of the ordinary. And then of course he threw something on mine, and that just exploded. I mean, last year when I went to him and said, hey, we got some open space. Do you you got something you can throw on the layout? And he just kind of goes, oh yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. So he's been working all year on how to siege the castle. I've been working all year just changing the castle. So it's one of those things where it just becomes interesting. And if you look at the Brick World walkthrough from last year in 2019, you see it. I mean, the first part of Hook Castle, you see his orc army, getting ready to, siege the castle. So I mean, it's pretty massive to see that. And then from mine, you go to Jesse's, which won Best Medieval Building, which was awesome. And then from mine, you go to, Kevin Wagner, who's been on the stream a couple times, and his awesome big Star Wars layout. So it's one of those things where squirrel jokes. You want Chester to come out and play? Let's see if Chester can come play.
Yo, girls, how's it going? Yeah, hit puberty, got a new voice now.
Wow, Chester, wow. That's a lot better than that high squeaky voice you had for years. I mean, man, glad that voice sounds so much better, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Chester's been hanging out in that tree with that girlfriend has a long time. I don't know. What's going on up there, Chester? Anything exciting, No guys to sick tonight. I don't have anything for you to feed on tonight, Chester. I'm so sorry, man. So sorry. Just, you can try and help build, but plates with that nut on your hand, I mean, you're not gonna be able to build plates. There's just nothing you can do. I'm sorry, man. Just sorry.
Are you ready for pie?
Can I get it down here?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You want ice cream with it? On top?
No, just pie.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you cold?
No, I'm good. I open the door. I'm good. He shot to 900 years old. Well, I mean, that or he's, maybe when he got a little older there, he went to a little bit of the Fat Albert. I don't know. I mean, it's Chester. Who knows? Maybe he ate something. Yeah, actually, we ate a little while ago, and she said, I got some pies, and she realized the apple pie needed to be cooked, so she cooked it. So it was done recently, and she said it needed to cool. So I came down here, started the stream. So nice to have that. So, but. Yeah, it is an open stream. Anybody can join me if you want. I mean, obviously it's Christmas, so it's a Friday, so I figured I would, do my usual streaming. It's always nice to stream, keep it going, keep the episodes going. We're at 138, so we're still moving along. So we'll hit the 3-year mark, hit that here, in June, we'll hit that in June, May or June. We'll hit that. It's coming up. So only a matter of time. So, but let's see, I gotta figure out how I'm doing this here. I'm gonna add I need to add some texture to this bad boy. Always nice to have a little bit of texture. I need the round. We'll use some round.
Use more if you want it, and
that's fine. It's good. Pie right in the shot here. The entire thing, I've had 4 slices. Well, I probably should have thought of it, Kevin. If I'd have known your diet was going to disappear, I would have sent you some of that cheese popcorn, or better yet, even the the overload. I'll remember that. I'll send some of that to you, just for you, since I know you love that stuff so much. So, but so we'll add some texturing to this. This is kind of the nice thing. I mean, I guess I probably should have a piece while it's nice and warm, huh? No, it's still hot. It's still hot. I could have sworn it came out before the show even started. So, oh no to what? Oh no to the hot pie, or oh no to sending you more beautiful gifts of sorts. Okay, now I can't do anything on this side for texture because it has to match up. Actually, probably, we'll leave that in there. So, I need to start exercising at some point. I got a little bit of there's a bike over there, an old bike. I probably should jump on and just use it or something. Did buy a jump rope earlier this year. And clean the garage, we found the old one, but I don't know. He said motivation for everything is just kind of at an all-time low, so I need to probably talk to my friend John and see if he's up for if he ever needs to want to get in shape or anything or whatnot. So did run into one of his siblings on the internet a while back. Actually, I shouldn't say I did. That person ran into me on the internet, so found me on the internet. So he asked me why I hadn't taken him to one of the Lego shows where I displayed the castle, but that's all a long story. So I mean, hopefully at some point, I mean, it's life gets in the way of a lot of things that happen. We all should be thankful for the fact that sometimes our life may seem like we're getting lemons, and in essence, I mean, it might be a gift to some of the stuff. So, it's so old. I mean, it's been down here since I was a kid. So it tells you. I mean, that's been here 30 years, maybe 40 years, and it's been here a long time. So it's old. It's an old one. The way to do the pressure on it, for tension is with like a turning spring in the back that tells you how old it is, buddy. I mean, I know there's a lever you can turn, and it changes the tension for the amount of, the amount it's going to do for you. So maybe I'll have to try. Maybe it's even better than the new stuff. So I mean, and for me, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just, a lot of that you need motivation, and I don't know, just don't have the motivation, I mean, I don't know. Keep hoping maybe, find the woman of my dreams, but, I keep, hoping and wishing on that. And that's kind of, I think that's another pipe dream. But, in terms of just, we get, Kevin and I both know, we both work for Lego. We both are no longer there. It kind of sucks. I mean, I know I love my job. I mean, I loved it a lot. I enjoyed it, almost partial celebrity within just the people, the customers. I'd see them at Target, Walmart, Toys R Us, wherever, and they might ask questions or whatnot. So I mean, it was always fun. I mean, it was always a great time. And that also reminds me, okay, good. Just making sure I got the right camera. Actually, that's the only thing I need to pick up is a mic. I might do that. Thinking about doing that, picking up maybe one of the blue ones. I don't know, Kevin, which one do you use? Looking at maybe the blackout. I saw it. I was actually told myself I was going to pick it up the other day, and I never did. So I got done early and kind of vegged out in storage for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I love my job at Lego. I mean, I miss it. I mean, it's kind of those things where, we do have to, as my dad puts it, move on. It's just, it's tough. I mean, you have something you really love, you put all your passion into it. I put all my energy into that. Didn't put enough energy, I guess, in obviously maybe going back, trying to get my bachelor's degree. I was hoping, in the back of my mind that Lego wasn't going to be so infatuated with the bachelor's degree, would maybe look more at, oh, see you, Moto. Yep, have fun. Have a good night. Merry Christmas. So it's one of those things where, for audio, most likely. I mean, obviously this one works, but might be nice to have something else. So it's one of those things where, I mean, it's tough. I mean, you really, I mean, I get for how to do that. So it's one of those things where it's just, we all have, so, I mean, I'll figure out a way at some point, but in the end, it's, I just kind of, But yep, so we, so we all have our, fun things we like to do, and so, but yeah, other than that, kind of working on this, and I don't know. I mean, the charity, obviously some of those things where I do a little bit of, but obviously I'm not probably looking at it to be, maybe at one time thought I was probably gonna be able to do that, all the time, but the only way that's probably happening is if I hit the Powerball or somewhere to where I can just stop everything. But in the end, I enjoy doing what I do. I mean, my job doesn't pay a lot, but I enjoy the contact with people. That's what made the job so nice, is dealing with people, talking to people, helping people, helping people find that the perfect gift and all that. And I was good at it, and I had that personality that made coming to the store an enjoyable experience. And that's kind of what I think LEGO had for years, is it was the ones that, if you had the right people in the stores, people that came a long distance, which now they don't have to do as much, because obviously the stores are a lot closer together now. There's a lot more stores than there probably were back in the day. And so it's one of those things where it's, the goal was to come to the store and enjoy it and have a great experience, maybe find the right stuff you were looking for. Oh, did I do that wrong? I did. Interesting. Let me turn it this way, I guess. So, and I think that's kind of, we'll see. We shall see. I don't ever throw in the towel. I just haven't done a lot with it. It's one of those things where I still like to give. I still do give. I have a large polybag collection that does warrant the ability to do that. Because I'm always on the hunt for deals. Obviously the deals have been lesser of late, especially this year with production being down, and I'm guessing probably stores not having to liquidate as much of the inventory that they might have had to previously. So that's kind of those things where, and I saw polybags, they just never made it very low. I think they hit $3 with polybags going to $5 now. Getting down to that $2 and $1 range is going to take a lot more concentrated effort to actually get there. They might not get down there, but we'll have to see. So in the end, though, I do like to give. It's one of those things where it's good. I've decorated a couple boxes, a couple of the cardboard boxes. So any of the guys in Whistler, if you're listening and you shop at the store in Milwaukee, as we start organizing again, look for club magazines. I can use those. I actually take the club magazines and obviously separate them, and then I just coat the box. I think I actually might even have a picture of one of the ones I did. So Children's Hospital is the one that I've donated to. I don't know if I don't know if I have a Ronald McDonald House or anything here. I probably need to look at that and see. I don't know. I had a picture. I don't know what happened to it. Must have misplaced it. Stumbled across some of my old sets that were signed though the other day, but let's see here. Oh yeah, so yeah. I don't know. I can't see it. But it's one of those things where I'll decorate the box and make it look all nice, and that's kind of it's got all the different Lego stuff on it. Some of the club magazines I'm sitting on are pretty old, so they got some old stuff I'm looking at going, wow, I remember that. I actually remember that from working in the store. I remember that theme and all that stuff they did with that and everything else. So it's a trip down memory lane every time I make one of those cardboard boxes, because there's a lot of different stuff to encounter from all those different club magazines. Pretty good. So, time did your youngest wake you up today, Kevin? What time did he pull you out of bed? Wow. I mean, like just anything else with that. I mean, the question is obviously you've got a backlog and you're always busy. The question is, do you have projects that are, because obviously, I don't know, is everything you're making, wow. What time did I roll out of bed? I rolled out at 9 for some reason. And then it's cold in the room. I mean, the base heaters in this house, I mean, on the second floor, they really burn the electricity. So I've been really good all year. I mean, it hasn't been really bad, so I haven't really used them. So I have my fleece blanket and my flannel sheets on, and so I haven't really used it. And then I made the mistake of turning it on this afternoon after I got up and went back and laid on the bed and watched some of the Facebook movies I was watching about I don't know, that one cartoony type clip that talks about disappearances and stuff. Like it talked about the MH370 airline disappearance a couple years ago, or whatever. So I mean, I watched some of that and I ended up falling asleep. But it was nice and warm. So I mean, that's kind of the thing is so. And then I think I ended up. I watched the game. I woke up enough to watch the end of the first half and the whole second half of the Wisconsin game, and then I just went back up. I guess I probably could have crafted or something today, or jumped in some of the games. I mean, I started playing one of the old DOS games last night for a little bit. That's why I was playing while Haley and Hoosier and them were streaming last night. I was watching. I was playing the Master of Magic game. Pretty cool, old game, turn-based, of course. But I don't know. I'm hoping that on my weekends, my friend John, hoping his sister talks to him. I'm hoping that maybe he'll want to maybe play games or something on the weekend. Just kind of refresh. I mean, I'm willing to download anything he's playing to play. I mean, if that's a way to kind of keep that friendship going, obviously, with the fact that I think he might be in a new job now. And so, I think it's an LTE. And so it's one of those things where I know he's not coming back to Lego probably anytime soon. Obviously I can hope and dream all I want, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm hoping at some point he does. I mean, he put a lot of love and passion into that, and just like the gaming and stuff that we've done. I mean, he's got cool tables. He's got 4 nice tables that he could make a small city on and show, and something easy to set up and everything. Would be pretty cool. So hopefully at some point, I mean, in the end, I mean, what would be cool is to do. I mean, my idea would be to do. He does a city, like a modern city, and I do like the castle medieval one. And in parts of his city, you just see segments of the castle or whatnot, just parts of the castle, just remnants of it, just like you'd maybe see if you had 2 people that were building in different timelines, you could still kind of drop the one on top of the other and kind of see where remnants of the past were in the new one. So at some point maybe that'll happen. Obviously I'm still kind of trying. I still need to figure out how we're doing the current collab, and I mean, like I said, we're right now with everything kind of in slow motion right now. I don't think anybody's really been working on much of anything like really big, but so I guess Ralph would be the only. Ralph, what time did the dogs wake you up today? Well, but the thing is, just like anything else, we all have dark ages. Everybody has dark ages. Everybody's had them. So I mean, in the end, I mean, or most people have. I mean, so it's just basically he never had a dark age. So this is probably his dark age here. So that's the way I think of it. He never got out. I mean, he was always into it until this last time. So I would say that this is his dark age. And how long it lasts is anybody's guess. Because he's not buying Lego. He's not looking at it. He's not doing anything. So technically, I would consider that a dark age. So there's a chance. I mean, he is a, everybody jokes about how big my collection is. I mean, He's got a massive one too. I bought for him for, I don't know, 4 or 5, 3 or 4 years, 500,000 a month or whatever it was. I mean, some crazy amount. I mean, he's got a good size collection too. I mean, and he's got mostly sets. I mean, I bought parts. I might have bought some parts. I don't think I did a lot. Might have grab bags, and he might be one of the persons that might still have grab bags still sealed. I mean, literally like sealed from the store, still sitting somewhere. If I sent him any of those, which I might have, so. Because, I mean, it's possible that, even though he was getting it, I don't know if he was always doing a lot with it. Because just like anything else, you look at mine. Kevin, you saw it. I mean, it gets overwhelming. You have too much. I mean, you build certain things here, certain there's. He did play Digital Designer a lot. He did have a really pretty cool fire station he built. And that's I found that when I was moving. So, I mean, it was a cool picture. I mean, I might not have made things great when I showed him, hey, look what I found, I mean, because like you said, if he was trying to avoid, jumping in, I mean, because everybody's got that mentality that if you build Lego, you're going to buy Lego. I do. I mean, I can't buy like I used to because, I mean, obviously I'm not near a Lego store. Thank God. I'm near a Lego store. Living here would be even more interesting. I do have a storage, so. I mean, kind of. That's one of the saddest parts is I do have to have my collection elsewhere, but kind of how it goes. So, no one else is not coming in, huh, Kevin? So, are you working still, Kevin, or are you doing something else? What we got? Probably should have been putting some of the clear round ones in here, but like the big one, bricks, but I don't know where those are all at, so. But, so just figure out how to get some texture in here. I think I like that. We'll do that. So, other than that, yeah, this is kind of a slow going process. I mean, obviously, I did do a lot of the building of the castle at bowling over the years. Wow, really? I haven't talked to him in forever. He was the one that diagnosed that skin thing the one year. So, but yeah, if I get a message, I'm gonna send it back. So that's kind of cool. Other than that, ooh, wow, that connection is not together. Wow, okay, might have to start putting that together right there. So, just looking for the good texture in this sucker, trying to figure out where to put. Because it's clear, it's always nice to have some good texture. Plus, I can remember I'm starting to get to the point where this is going to be the top. So, there's probably some good games on tonight too. I think actually the Big Ten's the only one playing college basketball tonight, or today. But I watched one earlier. What gifts did I get? I think I got money. I got money from my dad the other day, and I got money from my mom. So. The only gifts I really got were the Secret Santa ones. So, obviously I buy stuff for myself all year. So, I mean, I shouldn't say I don't get gifts. I mean, I buy, what was the last thing I bought? I've been buying pieces. So I bought those dragon heads and stuff. I mean, obviously I'm kind of waiting for the cash money. Yeah, 75. I think I got like 75 from mom, 100 from my dad. But. Well, my dad asked me, and I wasn't thinking of like the mic at the time when I was thinking. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, and to me, I mean, from my mom, I shouldn't really have to get a gift because I'm living here. So, I mean, and it's kind of rent free. Obviously when it snows, I earn some of my keep there, and when spring's here, I mow the lawn and whatnot. It's just one of those things where it's a big house. I mean, I think she saw today that the room I'm in doesn't really have much in the way of room. I mean, my clothes hang, and I mean, I got a little bit of stuff in there, but it's my sister's whole room, and I mean, I don't want her to change anything massive there. I mean, I don't know eventually that room will probably have to get something will have to happen, but I don't know. With my sister gone, I don't know if it's gonna be passed away. I don't know if there's what'll happen. I don't know if my older sister will ever want the elephants or whatnot. She's got a large elephant collection in there on one of the shelves and whatnot. So it's one of those things where I don't mind being in the room. I mean, it's got a trundle, so it's 2 beds, and I got a mattress on top. My room's above my old room's above my mom's, but that room and my other sister's rooms are usually where everybody stays. And so for me, I usually I stay there. I stay in that room. So in the end, it's convenient. It's just one of those things where it's just not like being in the apartment where I have my own dresser, my own bed, all my own shelves and everything else. So it's one of those things where I don't, in terms of space, I mean, all my stuff is really out at storage. And that's pretty much where most of all my stuff is out at the storage. I got a bed set up there, so I mean that's part of the reason I sometimes crash when I'm out there and just kind of don't get a lot done. But it's kind of how things are. So, but in the end, it's one of those things where I don't know, just kind of life is weird. Life deals us the weird blows that you just don't sometimes expect. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just I'm back in Wisconsin. Kind of miss a lot of the guys out in Colorado and whatnot. Yeah, storage has got a loft. So in the loft, it's got a bed set up, and I've got my 2 bookcases are up there. There's some Lego sets on the bookcase, some movies, whatnot. So. Yeah, well, I mean, I had a bed, and I mean, I had a mattress. So, I mean, the goal is, why would I just take a mattress out to storage and just set it against a wall? I mean, in the end, it probably takes up less space that way. But where the bed is at, I've got the natural gas pipes and whatever electrical pipes going over my head anyway. So, I mean, it's a short area. I can't really do much anyway. So, perfect spot for the bed. It just sits there, and I mean, in the end, no mini fridge, no microwave, nothing out there. I mean, eventually maybe, but nothing right now. So in the end, it's just kind of, I mean, in the end, it was. I think the person before me just had almost like a wood shop or stuff. So a lot of the pipes up near the ceiling and stuff are all caked in sawdust and stuff. So, but it's it was the right price, and I mean, it works good for what I'm doing, and so in the end, it's what I'm using it for. It does the job. It doesn't really need to do much. I mean, it's there for the storage of the Lego and my other stuff. My dad gave me a couple of the old metal shelves that kind of go together, so I need to just kind of get those. Set up. I had one set up. I need to set another one up. So it's still pretty nice. It's just it's not like being here, where here it might not be really good temperature wise. It's out there. I mean, I've got a heater above the door that blows towards the rest of the unit, and it's small. I mean, it's not very big. It's a small heater. I mean, there's a furnace on the ceiling, but it's not hooked up. There's a gas furnace type thing that would be awesome to have it hooked up. But I mean, in the end, I think my rent probably would go a lot higher if I could always ask and see if you'd ever be interested in hooking that up. I don't know what it would cost to do that. I mean, or whatnot, and what it would do for the rent. I don't know. The rent might go up by 100. I don't know. But I mean, it might be more comfortable, and it might be something I might think about. If I'm been there for a long time, maybe. I mean, it was part of another kind of unit at one point. I think that's why it was never really hooked up. So I don't know if I've ever done one. I don't know, but that's okay. That's why I made sure I turned on the music before I started. Like, ooh, I better have that just in case. So I got the Shamaloob music playing in the background. So always nice to have something at least playing in the background. So I listen to my boring voice all night long. So it's okay, you know. Christmas just means I'm not gonna be streaming for 4 hours all by itself. I tell you that. Will not do a 4-hour episode by myself. So at that point, it kind of lost a lot of its luster at that point. So it means it'll probably, unless of course I could do an hour of this. Commodore's not ready to be pulled out. I should have thought of that. Could have done an hour of Commodore too. That kind of fell off. Definitely could do craft, but I don't know if I really want to do craft. I did some of that last night. Actually, kind of went back to the one that Haley and all them been playing on. I actually went back to that one a little bit last night and looked at some of the stuff they were doing and played a little bit in there. But the joke, I needed, when they're all ready to play a good night, I need to bring them onto my Minecraft server. When they're ready to come over, they come over. We'll have a party, bring them over and they can play over there. And give them starting resources if they need or whatever. So, as long as they don't threaten the castle, that's all I care about. So, the castle's got a lot of time into it. So, I mean, obviously, less time now since I've used creative mode, but it's one of those things where, it's weird. The only one on there. I mean, maybe Jesse will get on there, and hopefully these people will come play a little bit, but. We'll see. But other than that, yeah, I mean, obviously this needs to get done at some point. And, obviously I'm getting there. So, I mean, I got, half of the gatehouse done, and these will come off and it'll just be, it'll be a gatehouse. The funny thing is I actually suddenly realized something is, going to build a way to get these out. So I actually have to go a little higher. I need to find my tiles, though. These might work. Definitely entertaining when I took apart all the levels to realize where all my 1x4 clear tiles went that I had for log bulk, forever ago. They were all in the castle, so. Build it so I can pull it out. I have to sort some parts here, it looks like. Chances are the castle is probably going to have to go out to storage too, because it is kind of making the basement a little bit of a mess. I mean, that's the thing is, I wish I had a shelf here. I have one shelf in the Knotty Pine closet where I actually was able to pull all that stuff out the 1 week to freak out Moto with all those old Fisher Price toys. But in one shelf with a collection of this magnitude and the amount of stuff I use all at once really doesn't do a lot. I mean, it really doesn't help too much. I mean, it'd be nice to have a shelf here. I mean, if nothing else, it'd be nice to have like a desk. I mean, I'd like to have like an L desk in the corner where I can get off the table that I'm using and be more of an area where I can actually work a little bit better, feel like more like an actual office. So I kind of feel like I'm at the office when I'm doing this. So is Ralph still here? Who's still here? Oh, not very many people here left. There's 2 people watching. I'm guessing my money is on Jude and Kevin. So, but I still need to actually go back and refinish all these Badger figs too. I mean, they never. So what even happened to the one guy I was using? He's missing in action. All of a sudden, there he is. I still need to go. I need to still finish all these guys. I still got a bunch of heads. I still need to finish painting on him. So, and I think I'm long overdue. I think probably one of all of this. Here's TJ. Welcome, TJ.
Hello, hello.
Oh, it's Mr. Ninjago. Did you hear what I'm going to do with the with my Master Wu Battle Dragons?
No, I didn't.
I'm actually going to alter the heads.
Ooh.
I picked up a bunch of the Elf Dragon heads. I'm going to try and put those on there, and then I picked up a bunch of the tails too, like
nice.
the elves' tails. I might try and make some of them a little bit more formed. It looks like the dragon heads are actually. It looks like the dragons for 2021 might actually be going back to a little bit. There still might be brick built heads, but I think they're getting a little bit more formed. I think.
Yeah, I got one of the new dragons. I'll dig it out in a minute, but I got this today.
Oh yeah, I think I built him a while back.
Yeah, Empire Dragon, and then
cool.
Let's see what else. Grievous Starfighter.
Oh yeah, that one. That's the one that's been still a lot on the shelf lately, just because it's just.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of. I almost want to say it appears to be overpriced.
Yeah, it's very overpriced. It's a great set. I think it's a fantastic model. It's just about $30 too expensive. And then
how many pieces are in it?
I think it's like 400 something. It's under 500. I know that.
Crocodile.
This was the big thing today.
Did you get that today or what?
Yeah, I got this today.
So you've been building all day, it looks like. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, Crocodile was the longest build. Took me a couple hours. And then I also got a bunch of track as well. I got a couple of those straight curve packs.
Oh, okay.
And then I also got one of the switch tracks as well.
Oh, there you go.
So
yeah, I mean the Crocodile was one of the. Huh?
Yeah.
What were you saying? Sorry.
I ran my blue train the other day.
Actually, you broke up over a little. What was that? I'm sorry, my bad.
I ran my my blue train earlier today.
Oh, okay.
Just
Oh, yeah. Oh,
testing
blue cargo.
No, the blue Emerald Knight that I built, the mock.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Because that
So-
one's more right now.
You have just the standard power function in there then? Power function?
Yeah. Yeah, all the power functions are in that one. I don't think the powered up would fit in there, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, probably not with the Emerald Knight. That was built a special way and dropped a piece. I don't know where it went to.
Yeah.
Dropped two.
Yeah,
But,
I had to use like a motor and a couple other things that were a bit different. But here's one of the dragons, the new dragons, the Overlord dragon, and that's actually this is a molded piece. It's kind of jaw piece, and then one of them has printing on it for the eyes, and the other doesn't. And then it's got these kinds of like older style wings, which allow it to match with the older golden dragon, if you so choose. But then it also looks all right with the newer golden dragon as well. So
are both parts of the head, the jaw and the head, molded?
yeah, it's the same mold, just one's flipped upside down, and one of them is the eyes.
So
No stickers in this set. That's good. This is a good set. It's got a lot of dark blue and some purple in it as well.
Dark blue will be good for anybody building anything.
It's even got that. It's hard to see because of my lighting, but it's like a pink lightning piece down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a shame that it's hidden, but it's in there.
Yeah, I'm guessing a lot of that new stuff hopefully will hit shelves here. Hopefully, in the next week or so. I mean,
Yeah.
I think most of the stores probably should be out. I mean, I saw stuff, like before Christmas. Well, Christmas Eve, I think the one Walmart I think still had stuff on the shelf. I walked the aisle, but in the end, I mean, I'm wondering how much will even be left. I mean, General Grievous's ship might still be around, but
Yeah.
as for the rest of the stuff, I mean, a lot of stuff has been pretty much been just dwindled. So I mean, it's been pretty massive this year in terms of the amount of stuff that just has been disappearing off of shelves near Christmas. I mean, I had an ad out on Facebook Marketplace, and of course somehow somebody found one of my listings from like a year ago. I'll take all your battle packs, and I looked at it, I'm like, wow, did I relist a bunch of battle packs? I'm like, that's the end of November. That's the end of November. It's like, man, I don't remember doing that. And I look at it more closely. Oh, 2019 that's like a whole year old. Where did he find that listing at? I was like, wow. So I unfortunately had to message him and say, yeah, that was a whole year ago that was out there. I thought that post was long gone. So that's kind of almost as good as the one where I responded, I don't know, a week or so ago, where somebody still had a picture of a bunch of city vehicles, but they didn't cross off anything. They just, they didn't cross off anything in the picture. So the picture still listed, 40 vehicles, but there was only, so many. So it was kind of weird, but, there were a couple vehicles I would have probably taken, but probably disappeared the moment it went up. So it's kind of the way some things go. So what's that?
Oh, this is like this little 3D puzzle thing that I got. So those are all like the different shapes of the puzzle pieces. It's already together and everything, so I'm not going to try and take it apart, but it's the Statue of Liberty. Looks really good. Yeah,
but
it's been
are the pieces different than square, or are they?
Yeah, they're like oddly shaped puzzle pieces, especially for the actual Statue of Liberty part. And it's like multi-layer as well. So it took me a little while. It took me probably like an hour to sort all this out, but it was fun.
That's interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
Always
and then
nice.
there's like these big long rods that run through it that hold it together. There's one on the base and then another in the actual statue itself.
Oh, that the pieces kind of clip around type thing as you put it together?
Yeah. Yeah, you put the rod in at the end and it stabilizes everything. So
it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty sweet, and I might get more of these because this was pretty fun. Not something I was expecting, but
something, right?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Always nice.
Then I got the crocodile train as well. That's probably just going to be a display thing. I don't think I ever plan on motorizing it.
I mean, does it look? Did the instructions show how to motorize it if you wanted to motorize it?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, see, I mean, I have probably one of the. I probably have the original crocodile. I have the one that they did in the hobby train set. So.
Yeah, so they show you at the very end all the different steps to what you got to pull out and everything.
Now, does it show like for powered up or for powered functions? I guess
for powered up, because that's the system they're pushing. It's ready for powered up. Yeah, that's gotta buy the battery and the motor.
It's just kind of a system I think that really hasn't gotten many rave reviews. I think it's one of those things where I think it's. I think anything really where it's, I mean, even I guess even some of the aftermarket stuff that even uses Bluetooth still, like S-Brick, I believe it still kind of cuts off, if you're using the app. But I mean, obviously that's the way everything's kind of going towards. But I don't know. It's kind of.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to streamline some parts. I guess maybe.
I mean, you don't need the IR receiver with the new powered up, but also the new powered up is bigger, so I don't know. But I really don't ever plan on motorizing it, because in order to motorize it, you have to take out the entire middle stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm not a big fan of that. I prefer having it on display, and I think it looks good. So,
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the goal with some of the trains. I mean, well, the train stuff people use to kind of they'll run it on the layouts and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see since we haven't had any conventions since it came out. It'll be interesting to see in terms of what kind of configurations we see when it finally makes it to to a convention somewhere. So I guess we'll have to see, you know, if it's modded massively or if people are running it just the way it is. I guess we'll see, but
yeah,
we'll find that out here probably hopefully in the next the next year. Hopefully by sometime. Hopefully we'll have a convention.
Then I also got a Mando battle pack.
Oh, is that the one with all the colorful ones?
Yeah. It was just something that I hadn't gotten, so I asked for it and I got it, which was nice. And then I don't know if I showed this here. I know I've shown it in other places, but I have this wonderfully misprinted Jet Trooper helmet for one of these guys. I actually got my replacement helmet the other day from Lego.
So what did they misprint on it then? I guess
This is what it's supposed to look like, and then this is what it actually looks like. The one that I got. So the printing is way off. Yeah, but apparently misprints are worth a lot of money, so I'm gonna sell it somewhere. And
some Star Wars person might want it.
yeah, I mean, I have no need for it now that I have the actual copy.
Always good. Help you afford some other stuff, maybe.
Yeah, help me afford that coming Ninjago modular.
Oh, is there another one coming out? What's the new one going to be?
It's Ninjago City Gardens. There's a leaked picture on Instagram somewhere. I'm not gonna show it on stream, but
so what? So they did the Ninjago City, Ninjago Dock, and this is the garden then?
yeah, this is the gardens. It's got it looks to be a corner, like Ninjago City, and it's got some like kind of, from what I can tell from this leaked image, it's got like kind of structure, lower city, regular, and then kind of upper stuff. There's a huge tower with some teal pieces on it, which look really good. Like here, I actually have a set that has those same kind of pieces used in the tower. These are just in white. So a recent set, actually, new set. The Zane's Titan Mech Battle. These big pieces here. It looks to be like several of those are used in the construction of this big tower.
I think I bought some of those white pieces at one point, thinking I could use them for like maybe a snow or something of some kind within my layout or something at some point. So.
Yeah, there definitely seems to be some sort of tree running through like right at the corner, which is very interesting. There's some sort of yellow building that's right on the corner as well. It's hard to tell because there's only the one image, but then there's also on the side you can kind of see a hint of the garden itself, and I think it's possible that the garden part might be a separate detachable 16 by 32.
Oh, okay.
Just because the kind of catwalk for the upper city that Ninjago City and the docks had just kind of abruptly stops at roughly where the 32 by 32 would end. So that makes me think it'll be detachable.
That'd be I guess kind of interesting to have some neat elements into it that you might not expect, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I guess I guess I'll be kind of waiting to see what comes out for. I mean, obviously, like the classic kit, the translucent stuff, the tractor. I guess for City, I'll have to pick up a couple of those. I guess. And I don't know. I guess in terms of looking at so far, I really haven't seen too much. Obviously, the the bouquet stuff, kind of just your general stuff, looked kind of cool. But I kind of really haven't. I mean, I've been kind of stuck more or less in the parts, and like kind of like just buying the stuff from Pick-a-Brick and whatnot. So
yeah,
just because I mean I've had so many sets over the years, and I mean I build the sets, get the technique, and then kind of whatnot. I have a lot of them built together. I need to start thinking about taking them apart because they do take up a lot of space, and I don't know if I really have a lot of the space that I kind of want to use it for. That's why a lot of the ones I moved with are still sitting in their boxes, storage in the boxes they came in. They haven't done anything with them. I mean, pulled out a few sets here and there, but I have a lot. I need to build some shelves and get them set up. Well, what's wild is, I mean, if I were to keep my storage for a fair amount of time, I mean, it's got 12-foot ceilings in the main area or 20-foot ceilings. So in the end, I mean, I could put stuff up the wall if I had a long ladder or something. So I kind of have to play with that at some point and see what I want to do. But
yeah, so these are the 10th anniversary Golden Ninja figs, which are coming in the new Legacy sets. There's also a Kai. He's in the Boulder Blaster, and I don't have that yet. And then there'll be Zane and Nia in the summer. We haven't seen those figs, but supposedly there's supposed to be a Golden Woo in the Ninjago City Gardens.
So are those all like a Pearl Gold type thing then?
Yeah, little like collectible for the 10th anniversary.
I wonder. I probably the only. Did any of the older Woos have like gold stuff, gold armor? Was any of the spinners or anything? Did they ever have anything like that?
Usually he wore white. There were a few instances where he wore black. Maybe some like some gold accents. I'm probably thinking 2015 Woo had like a bit of gold printing on him, but he was, other than the dragon armor, he was never in full gold. And when he was in the dragon armor, he was a bit younger.
Huh. So. Yeah, because I had the one limited edition, like what was it, armor pack or spinners or something.
Oh yeah, the with the weapons.
Yeah, the weapon pack or whatever.
Yeah, that was just the standard Woo from the pilot season. Although that did have some nice weapons in it. I think that had the yellow and green lightning piece. That was a cool piece to see.
I see. I keep coming across some of this stuff. Yeah, because I still have the because a couple of the sets didn't make it into. They didn't actually sell. I have in the Shrine, blacksmith shop, and there was something else. But yeah, those are the ones I had in the auction that didn't go. Let's see, where is that one? Yeah, I mean, I keep coming across a couple of spinners because they're on the shelf, so I keep coming across them once in a while. So
yeah, spinners were cool. The new epic battle sets, actually, they have that weirdly shaped box, but kind of on the inside of that box a little bit, they have the old Spinjitzu power level things from the original cards, which is a nice Easter egg.
Did you end up buying a lot of those? A lot of the new sets, the orc ones, kind of type thing, where they were like the ones where it was kind of be almost like a game type thing. Did you buy a bunch of those at all, or not?
I bought some of them. I bought the dungeon and the dragon, and then Woo's dragon as well. And those were, I was buying them to get the builds and the figs, and those were the three that got me all the figs I wanted.
Did the dungeon? I mean, how does the game look like it actually would function, or does it look like it's kind of more or less just like the spinners and whatnot? Did it have a good functionality to it? Did you look at that part of it when you built it, or not?
I mean, I didn't personally put the game stickers on, but it looked like it had a good functionality. They were in the dungeon, they had some nicely incorporated things. Like they had this lava trap in there, and trying to see, and there were these blades as well, and a lot of like interconnected paths and everything. And then in the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon, there's a falling statue trap, and I thought that was pretty cool, as well as like kind of a spinning thing. Choose your path kind of thing.
That was the one I was kind of hoping I'd be able to find on sale. I mean, obviously, I did see a couple the last couple days before Christmas, and I might have to get up tomorrow and maybe go hit the stores and see if any of the stores are putting anything on Christmas sale right after Christmas. But then I got to remember which Walmart had it. I could drive all over town, and if I forget which store had it, it won't matter. But I don't think I saw a couple stores that even had it still at the end. I mean,
yeah.
Actually, I probably can look at the pictures. I mean, it might have been the one that was out, about 30 miles out of Madison, I think. They took a picture of it and posted it to the band chat or the Slack channel for Whistler, because I was like, look at this store, still got a bunch of stuff. Somebody joked, says, yeah, that'll be the after Christmas clearance.
Yeah. The Skull Sorcerer's Dragon.
It looked like it had it, but I know there was one store had a couple of them in it, and I'm like, it was just 80, and I'm like, damn, I just never could get myself to buy it, even though it was a pretty cool dragon. I was thinking I probably wanted it, but
yeah, the dragon's very front heavy. There's a lot of weight on the front 2 feet because the wings are right on top of it. And if I ever get around to it, I want to modify it to be more like Firstborn, where the wings are kind of attached to the middle and then they can flap. Because I thought that was a pretty cool function.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with the fact that I'm trying to switch to kind of more of a white dragon, getting rid of kind of the water dragons. I still have them, but with the Master Wu Battle Dragon being white, kind of like a snowish, you can be able to pass a little bit more for like a snow dragon. So that's kind of where I'm coming from for trying to maybe alter them a little bit to get them into the into the castle area. So I think that's kind of what I'm going to try and do. So
yeah, that dragon is pretty good. That's a solid $20 set.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I think I got between 8 and 10. I was buying a bunch over the last few weeks when I saw them. I wanted to say, I think they might have even gone to 16 at one point in time. I thought maybe. I mean, I know I found a bunch and I was buying them. And it's possible a lot of the stuff from 2020 could still end up in stores for a while. It might be after Christmas sales might not be that big because a lot of that stuff, since the production runs, it'll be interesting to see if they shorten the production runs or if they still keep producing stuff. It'll be interesting to see how long they have it, even with 2021. Because I mean, if you think about it, these aisles in a lot of these stores are still pretty good size. I mean, you might still have a lot of that stuff out there for a while just because of the fact that it's, it's still, you still want to have stuff in the aisle or, to sell and everything. So in the end, that stuff might be out for a while. So
yeah,
which, isn't a bad thing. I mean, it gives you a chance to get it. Kind of hoping that happens with some of definitely the winter sets and stuff. I mean, obviously I haven't checked Gingerbread House. I mean, obviously I'll probably need to check that tomorrow. Maybe it'll be something where once Christmas is over, the warehouses probably should start filling up with stuff again. I'm guessing just for the simple fact that, you can't get it now anyways. You wouldn't have been able to get it fast enough, for Christmas. So,
yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people for the Secret Santa stuff were still waiting for stuff too. So,
yeah, I'm still my parents let me know that they're still waiting on one more gift for me that just hasn't showed up yet.
Yeah, see, I mean, the ones that say temporarily out of stock, I'm hoping are still gonna, have a chance to still get, get some more production runs to them or something. So it's kind of what I'm hoping for. I mean, now I'm more of when it comes to that kind of stuff, I'm more of the optimistic, AFOL in terms of the fact that, hey, I mean, we've seen a weird year and production's been kind of weird. But, I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, they were getting rid of a bunch of sets, so I mean, I might have missed my chance on a few of them, but in the end, that's where you download the instructions, and those of us that have large collections, you hope you have the parts to build it, or at least mod it in a sense that it'll look somewhat close. So I mean, that's kind of if I don't get a chance to get the treehouse, that's probably what I'll have to do is just look at my collection. I download the instructions. I just got to find them, and then because I thought that was kind of cool. I was always a Swiss Family Robinson kind of guy, and I kind of like that stuff, and so that was one I wanted to get. And of course, finally, when I had some decent money after like the 72-hour auction, I didn't, obviously there weren't any available, so kind of opened some of those bigger sets, get a little bit more of a because in the end, I mean, like somebody made the perfect example on one of the Slack channels for Whistler is like, yeah, hey, are we ever going to see the Winnie the Pooh set? So I mean, because that was approved a while back too, and I don't know, that might have been approved.
And there was the blacksmith shop as well.
Yeah, so
still waiting on that one.
Yeah, that one I'd like to have. So I mean, if I had to choose between blacksmith and probably treehouse, I guess I'd probably have to pick blacksmith just because of the fact that it's more of a castle. That's kind of where I've been stuck in for a while. I mean, a lot of the castle stuff is some of the hardest stuff to sell if I want to sell it, is it's just because I'm currently building castle. I don't really want to liquidate too much of that stuff. So
yeah,
but now I have a new book. I'll have to study it, see if I can figure out how to add some of that stuff to the castle. So, but yeah, I mean, it's always fun to build. It's just what can you build and how great can you make it look? And I think right now, with the fact that nobody knows when the next convention is, it's like some people have more motivation than others. I mean, the kind of reason I'm really trying to build this is because obviously now there's a mall show here in February coming up unless something happens, and so I'll probably display there with this if I get it done. I mean, obviously this will be a good element to get done because I think I need this and then the other angle, and then a bunch of straight pieces. I'll have a bunch of these guys to do a bunch of these small sections. These make up a lot of it in corners. So it's just building with texture is definitely takes a little bit longer than building just straight up. So I mean, obviously just 1x1s and 1x2s. I mean, I guess I could have done it that way too, but in the end, I might as well skip one step this time. Hopefully I won't have the castle around forever, but build another version at some point. So figured at least add the round bricks the round plates this time, and see if that kind of maybe will add some kind of give it some kind of maybe a weathered look, I guess. Is what I'm hoping for, I guess.
I gotta say the flower bouquet and the bonsai tree, those are interesting. My mom wants them. She's gonna give me the money for them when I go out on January 1st, so I can get them.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is just those are kind of ones that are kind of definitely gonna. I mean, I'd be interested to see with the flowers and stuff how big they are in terms of maybe building a few and sneaking a couple into my mom's garden and seeing if she, how long it takes before she notices them, I guess, or whatever. Or put them somewhere that she might be noticed. Maybe outside wouldn't be the best spot. Put them in a pot somewhere on the inside. I mean, I guess I could build I have some clear pieces. I can maybe build a clear vase, I suppose. Be creative on that one, I guess. So, but yeah, I mean that's the thing is if they go to the different parts like that, it's pretty good. Oh shoot! Tilted it forward. I guess can't scoop it right where I want to scoop it. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'll have to see. I mean, actually, the pick-a-brick has been kind of decent out in a few spots in the country, so I've been acquiring parts here and there. Obviously, the AFOLs of Facebook have the pick-a-brick group that's been pretty active. I know everybody's been looking for the pink elf or whatever that's been one of the hot things this season. And so I heard about that. Yeah, I mean, in the end, I mean, I could use it, but I don't really need it in the end. It's it's nice and whatnot. I mean, obviously the people that do a lot of the winter villages probably could definitely use that stuff. For me, I'd love to have it, but it's not something I'm gonna get. I'd rather get more of the stuff that would help the castle and stuff. They had the bow and stuff out there. And if I could get the 15 elements, maybe get some of the bows and stuff. I mean, and some of the stuff that's out there. I mean, there's so much to choose from these days in terms of what's out there for those miscellaneous pieces and stuff. It's a matter of just figuring out what do you want that can make your MOCs jump out and be cool, and what kind of humorous characters can you add to make your MOC cool to look at, maybe cool to hunt for stuff. And so that's the reason it's always nice to have the humor, because kids like that stuff. So
yeah. I personally haven't been to a Lego store since January. I just, with school and everything, I just haven't found the time.
I haven't been to one in a long time because it's an hour and a half away. So I mean, in the end, lately I've been just, I want the parts. So the sets are something I just haven't been. Obviously the farm tractor. I mean, if they brought the whole line, I'd be probably jumping for joy a little bit more, and probably a little bit more static, and definitely be looking to spend a lot more money. But in the end, if they're just going to nickel and dime it, for all of us, it's one of those things where nothing for me to jump up and down about. I mean, that's kind of the goal. Is, I mean, when we had farming, you had 4 sets. I mean, how hard is it for city? You got city lines. I mean, you got police and fire, and they usually get 4 or 5 vehicles. I mean, they've done construction, they've done big waves before, and it's, for some reason, it's almost like they're running scared right now. Like they're just afraid to do a whole mini segment of a theme, like a whole construction or a whole farm or a whole, and in the end, to me, it's just why. I mean, you got police and fire. I mean, and with the last year or so, with all the confrontations with police and everything else, I mean, you'd think maybe there's a good time maybe go to a little bit less, protective services. Maybe just do, some of these other ones. I mean, in the end, kids probably have tons in police and fire from over the years. Maybe we just have a year of peaceful transition within the Lego city, and there's just, you've got, maybe in the town centers you build like they've done with some stuff. You just give them like a kiosk. Here's the police kiosk. Have fun, go to the kiosk, ask for help and whatnot. But in the end, just kind of downsize some of those areas and give us some bigger areas that, because without farming, none of us would exist, because the farmers are the one that produce the food. I mean, that's what doesn't make any sense, is we won't survive in this world without farms. I mean, you can't. I mean, people need food. I mean, unless you can be able to create it in a lab or something, and and just make it that way. I mean, synthesized food, I guess it's possible. I mean, I don't know how good that'll taste, but in the end, that's kind of those things where it'd be interesting to just see if they want to try some of that stuff. I mean, I guess I can't go a whole stream without, obviously, pushing. I got to push. Oh, look at that! I found an instruction manual I had. Let's see here. I found my old Castle instruction manuals out at my storage, but I can't go a whole episode without going back to and beating a dead horse like we always do. Is we need the episode. We need the trains like it used to be, like the whole trains. Where we get like 8 or 9 pages. That actually I should have brought my green train to build. Maybe I'll do that next week for New Year's. I mean, you got all this stuff. I mean, give us some of the really good stuff like they used to have for trains, like the engine shed for repairing stuff, or the fancy crossings. I mean, obviously a lot of these older sets had a lot more pieces. 325 pieces for the crossing. I mean, the last crossing I bought had maybe 50 or 60 pieces in it, maybe 100. I mean, it didn't have much. It was pretty small. It was basically just a crossing. But those are the kind of stuff that would really make, hey, Mike, how's it going, buddy? But I mean, and then even for, like, people always joke about the Santa Fe, just make it the Octon. Maybe Octon Fe or the Octon, type thing. Well, kids don't want trains. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, the thing is, though, well, maybe then if they're going to do this expert line and cater to the adults, were they going to be selective now? They're going to cater to all the adults except for the ones that like trains. I mean, obviously we do have the brick model railroader, and we got all these other guys that are doing stuff that are cool. But hey, well, I guess they did do the crocodile. But I mean, it's in the end. I mean, okay, now you did the crocodile, which is probably more of a European locomotive than is the U.S. What are you going to give for the other fans, maybe in the Americas that, have kind of the trains we got? I mean, are they going to give us a train like that. Now, if they did like an Octon with an A and a B unit, like the Santa Fe, that would be pretty cool. So I mean, that might be something interesting. I mean, and that would be the place to try it. Maybe do the one with the A and B, and then just throw, make it a two-parter, and then throw a passenger car up there or something like the old Santa Fe's type thing. Throw something up there and see how the individual ones work. So as long as you don't price it so high that you scare everybody away, you'll get an indication of where. And I've been saying that for years too. I mean, if they do it in the expert line or whatever, you could try it there too, because you're aiming it for the higher ones. I mean, and then they can do the surveys, online when they're asking, okay, who did you purchase? What age grades did you purchase this set for? In the end, obviously it's for the expert line, but how many people are actually purchasing for, maybe the young kids saying, my son loves trains, and so I wanted to buy it, see if he could build it, even though it says 18 plus. I wanted to see if he could do it. I mean, in the end, that's how you find out. That's how they found out about Friends. They polled the girls. They found out what they wanted. I mean, in the end, it's kind of things where, I mean, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe so why they don't have the. Maybe that's why they don't have the farm. Maybe they've somehow pulled the kids, and maybe, I don't know, maybe kids don't want farming these days, but that's kind of cool. That's kind of wild, but oh well. Well, I mean, that, or the other possibilities, we need to push all the train guys to do stuff on Bricklink. Because if Bricklink starts doing stuff like they did before, push out there. I mean, push out there and get those of us that, even though I'm not a massive train guy, I will push it on my stream every week for as long as it sets out there, garnering votes. I mean, to me, that's the thing. I like trains. I grew up around trains. My grandparents had a house on the Mississippi River in Minnesota. I saw trains every visit. I mean, I'd see dozens of trains every visit. We'd count cars, be like, oh, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. You sit there counting cars on a train, and they're going by because the train tracks were just on the other side of the road. You'd hear the trains. They'd buzz for all the crossings. Haley wants farm. I want farm too. I mean, to me, it's one of those things where it'd be cool to see, and the funny thing is the parents that enter Lego that have kids can, pull their kids, say, yeah, answer farm. Tell me you want farms. You want pigs and goats and cows and all that stuff. I mean, in the end, it's one of those things where, but even the animals are cool. We haven't seen them in a while. We see dogs. We've seen skunks a few in the CMFs. That's where we see them, is in the CMFs. We see some of the animals. But, you're right. Farming is cool. I mean, everybody loves bacon. Well, bacon's come from pigs. The last that I knew. I mean, how come we don't get pigs and stuff like that,
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing a bunch of different dog molds recently, which I would hope is a step in the right direction, because maybe if they're starting to do more different kinds of the same animal, they'll start doing different animal molds. I hope so. I'd love to see that. I'm not like a huge farm guy or train guy, to be honest, but I'd still like to see it, and I'd still dabble in it at least.
Well, that's the thing is, I actually, more horses. Well, horses, they even had that on the pick and brick wall one time. I bought a bunch of the brown horses with the legs that moved back in the day. So, I got horses. I got lots of horses. Horses are cool. Definitely. The thing is, though, it'll be interesting to see if they can do like what I've done. If they can do horses, but figure out how to make a cost-effective, barding for the horses, obviously then we're kind of waiting for Castle. So, who knows about that? But the cloth bardings like I did, it'd be nice if there was a way to make more of I guess maybe some of the cloth I use isn't as solid when it dries, in terms of the fact that maybe it just doesn't want to stay the way it should. And that one he doesn't want to stand up, so he's there. But in the end, hey, Dreamers Inc. Hey, I believe that's Jim, I believe. So Mark has a case of horses. Yeah, I'm sure Mark does have a case of horses. He's got so much stuff. I got some stuff before I moved. I think we traded some 1x16. I traded 1x16 red bricks for some white bricks. I don't know if he had, can't remember if he had the 1x2 clear plates. He might have had some. I might have bought a couple cups for him or something for that. So yeah, but Mark's got a lot of stuff. Mark's got a good sized collection, and I'm guessing he's still there in Wisconsin. He hasn't moved to New York yet. I think that was his ultimate goal, was to move to Buffalo, I believe. I think that's where he was going to. And Merry Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas. How's the carnival these days and all the lighting? I still have the roll of LEDs on mine, but in the end, I haven't done too much. After seeing one of the Whistler members light up his house, I need to recruit him to light my castle up one of these years. He had the dancing lights out in front of his house, which is pretty awesome. So I have to see if he can help program my castle like that. So, but yeah, I mean, it's, you know, his house is almost, oh, and he's building a house out there and it's almost finished out in New York. Well, I guess, you know, in the end, he'll probably still be, I think it'll probably be the same distance either way if I wanted to visit. So we'll have to see. But maybe it'll make him, I don't know, I wonder how far it is from Chicago in terms of, I wonder if I'll get him for the Brick World shows. Okay. No, now you got me intrigued. Now I gotta look. Was it in Buffalo? I can't remember. Yeah, I mean, that was the city that he always talked about. So let's see here. Let's see here. Well, it's 10 hours to here. So Chicago is probably 8 hours. Ooh, that might be kind of interesting. If he ends up in around Buffalo in that area, I wonder if he'll end up making it to Brick World. That'd be kind of cool. On the Niagara River, I believe. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's about 8 hours. 8 hours probably Chicago. Might snag him for that. Interesting. Well, I mean, that's good to hear. I mean, I haven't talked to him in a while. I think I messaged him a while back, but I haven't talked to him a lot. I mean, he's kind of, when we talk about Denlug, I mean, Mark was one of those guys that kind of helped me get that off the ground too, and the Sean Kelly of Colorado too. So there were, I mean, it wasn't just me, but those guys played an integral part in kind of helping getting it off the ground. So, yeah, I mean, he could bring Superman. Well, yeah, he could bring Superman. Yeah, he could. I mean, I'm sure he's still got it. I'm sure he hasn't been able to figure out anybody that wants to buy that sucker. But that'd be a pretty massive thing to bring. That'd be pretty sweet. That would go over. That would be a pretty good mosaic. I mean, you know, obviously, since he hasn't brought it to Chicago yet, it could probably win. It might win best mosaic with the sheer size of that one. I mean, that's a pretty massive one. Yeah, Mark built Mancuso in Colorado. Him and the group. I think the group helped him build a massive Superman comic a few years back for the Denver. It's not longer Comic-Con. It's the Jim would know. I mean, they had to change the name because obviously there's truly only one Comic-Con out in California, but Colorado has it's something with the books and kids and whatnot. I can't remember what the name of it is. I never went. I mean, it always contradicted with either another show I had or I was working at the store and couldn't get off. So, but yes, it was a very awesome mock. So, I'm trying to think here. I think I'll just do plates the rest of the way up. So, pretty cool. So, Jim, what's going on? I mean, how's in terms of yours, you got that cool carnival. Have you, with no shows, have you been? Yeah, I think you probably did, Kevin. I know you guys probably were there helping. Oh, Pop Culture Con, that's right. So, you probably helped with a couple of projects when you were there, Kevin. Probably the big display up at CU too, up at Colorado. You know, and that big massive one for up there, which was pretty cool too. So. Yeah. So what's going on, Jim? Merry Christmas. Are you doing? Because obviously there's nothing for shows going on. You've been trying to upgrade any of your rides, upgrade lighting, any of that stuff. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what are you going to do with as we roll out of this pandemic. I mean, in terms of, are you going to have that spray bottle and wipes and stuff and be ready to wipe off all the buttons as kids change hands? Because yours is the one that's got all the interactability to it. So, I mean, I guess that'd be the kind of the kicker is. Kind of what's going on with yours. I mean, and Jim here was the one that got me to do my shirts. So the shirts that I had printed every year, which I need to figure out how to maybe see if I can find somebody out here that can do that. he was the one who says, why do you do all that work? Just have these guys do it. So cool. Now 12 to 15 in addition to what you had, or are you just working on working on the ones that you had? I know you had a crap ton. I know you had a lot of rides. So, and let me know, Jim, if you ever want to come in. I mean, I thought I used to send you invites back in the beginning, but if you ever want to come in and show off anything, let me know. You're always welcome. I mean, I send out 40 or 50 invites, so yeah, wipes and saying, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, have they talked about what, when the next show you guys might have at any time? I mean, I don't think anybody's really talking much. I mean, they've done like I said, Whistler or Foxlug up in the north is 12, 15 new rides. How many do you currently have right now, I guess would be my question. I keep forgetting.
Yeah. So Reed, have you seen that that other new dragon, the teal one for Ninjago?
I might have. Okay, 23 rides. That's cool. That's cool. And like you said, you can choose and pick whichever ones you want to do. So that's good. Well, it's good you're getting the invites. That means that your mail hasn't changed, and that's always good. That's good. Dropping pieces, clear pieces on a light floor. Oh, that's not the right one. That's the one that dropped earlier. I guess I'll find it. Okay. I think I might have seen. Well, does it have a picture on Brickset? Because if it's been on Brickset, I probably.
Yeah, there's a picture of it. There's like this. It's this catalog picture, but it's very interesting.
Huh.
For sure. It's definitely an interesting color choice. The gold and the teal.
Oh, I think the Ninjago. Then the Wu I have is white. Oh yeah. Jungle Dragon. I already put a one thing on it already. Yeah. I mean, like you said, I wonder if the head, like you said, the head might be like this. Oh no, it's a different color.
Yeah, there's a new mold for the top part, some sort of new piece, but then the bottom part is that Overlord mouth piece.
Yeah.
Recolored.
The reason I think I picked the Overlord was because it's got all that purple in there. So.
Oh yeah, he's good. That purple and that dark blue, very good piece.
Hey, Lego Mike, welcome. Merry Christmas. So 12 per show, that's pretty good. Well, I mean, the other thing too is it's like you said, it's keeping that many things all in check with so many kids and everything probably too is kind of one of those things that becomes the task at hand too. Let's see here, how tall will that be?
So I've been looking at those 4 sets, and that big one, the Catamaran Sea Battle.
Mm-hmm.
That one I do not see any point in, just because like I'm not interested in the catamarans. I kind of like Kai's, but I just don't like them.
It'll be interesting to see. I guess if the boat parts. If any of the parts are float, if they're all brick built. If they're all brick built, probably.
Nah, it's all brick built. I'm looking at it. And I'm pretty sure.
I guess we'll have to see. I mean, those might be ones that might be good to see in terms of what they look like when they build them at the stores and stuff. In terms of size and scale and all that they look at. Because just like anything else, in a book there, it's kind of hard to tell in terms of even what scale they are or whatnot. So. And that's how any set is. You look at sets and you make decisions, sometimes without being able to see what they look like beforehand. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, with this set though, like there aren't any exclusive figs. They all come in cheaper sets, so that's a big thing for me. Like the figures.
Yeah.
Getting those new ninja suits, and since all those figs are in cheaper sets, I don't see any point in spending $70 on 2 catamarans.
Unless they somehow include, specialized parts or something.
Yeah, there might be. I don't think there's any sort of special weapon, whatever collectible thing they have in here, whatever special weapon, it looks like it's in every set. for the season 14 wave, which is an interesting choice. And then Nia's only in one set. She's in the bike, and then Cole's only in one set. He's in the Keeper's Village. Yeah.
I guess, well, I mean, obviously, like right now, I mean, obviously, we'll have to see as the sets are rolling out in terms of what they look like, how cool they are, what parts are in there that maybe might be cool to at least have if they've got decent numbers. Obviously, it's one of those things where with Bricklink being as robust as it is now, sometimes it's one of those things where if you're looking for certain parts and stuff, it's sometimes better to see if someone's going to part out the set, whatnot. I mean, that's kind of. That's kind of what I look at sometimes too, is if there's something I can get from that. I mean, I actually need to unless I return them, I bought a couple of 501st battle packs a while back too. I probably need to see if I was thinking of parting out the figures and keeping the locker maybe for the Ice Bears to have some transportation. So I got a spare if I still want to do that. So it's kind of the way is to see what parts of sets. Obviously, like I bought the water dragons. What I needed to do is figure out what happened to all my extra wings, because when you bought the water dragon, they all had an extra wing. And so for me, I got 18 water dragons that are open. I should have 18 wings, enough for 9 dragons, 9 extra dragons, or 9 dragons with extra stuff. So
I've been just really looking at this wave a lot, because I want to get the modular, but that's a big purchase. That's $300.
Oh,
so
those big ones. That's expensive.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at as many ways to cut costs as possible on the other Ninjago sets. So, well,
I mean, the other thing too is, I guess, if you're looking for some of the figs too, is maybe I need to look at some of those too. If you're looking for some of the dragon sets that have just that might have figs, but I mean, because to me like that, I mean, the dragons are kind of what I look for in some of the sets. That's why I have like 8 or 10 of the Master Rule's Battle Dragon. But I mean, in the end, the figures won't be that big for me. I'm kind of looking for the dragons and stuff. So
yeah, like currently, I plan on getting the Keeper's Village, and the bike, which that gets me most of the figs. But then I'm still missing the Zane, who's in the dragon, and the catamarans. Yeah, so I'm probably just gonna bricklink him or something.
Yeah.
There's also this kind of 2-headed villain in the dragon, which is just one minifig head stacked on top of another.
Yeah.
And I could tell by looking at it, it uses parts from all the other villains, so I might try and build him up as well, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of the thing, is it's almost trying to figure out if there's, as the new wave comes out, is finding out there's people who are looking for certain things other than, like, you're looking for figs, or people looking for the dragons, or people looking for the catamarans, or people looking for parts of the sets, and split them up and sell parts and stuff like that, or help people get trade up some of the costs and something for some of that stuff. Might be kind of interesting to see about, because you're right. I mean, not everybody's looking for all parts to it. Some people are looking for the technique, some people are looking for the figures, some people are looking for, like, I'm looking for, like, the dragons and stuff. So it's all about finding out what everybody kind of wants, and seeing if people can work together to get a lot of the different elements they want. So without having to spend, like you said, a ton of money on everything. Wow, that backside looks pretty freaking bland.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the chief, the leader of the villains, I forget what his name is. They don't say it here, but pretty sure he's going to be an expensive fig down the line. He's got this really big helmet, really detailed.
Didn't texture this as well as I should have up near the top. Oh well. So, but I don't know. Everybody in the chat, is there any sets anybody's really looking forward to coming out this year? If you've been looking at the brick set and all that, is there any sets anybody's really been kind of looking forward to see? I mean, obviously, Jim, obviously it looks like all the carnival stuff for friends and all that stuff is done. So obviously there won't be much sets to buy for parts there. But I mean, I think I have some of the really cheap ones. I bought some of the, well, of course, other than the Mario fakes, Kevin, you should at least say the Mario fakes because they're coming out at some point. I know I've seen images for them. But now are you gonna, Mr. Hinkley, find any of the Mario sets for your kids? Do they have the standard one? Oh, cool. There you go, Mike. Yeah, mocking up the new road plates. That's good.
Yeah, I want to get some of the space CMFs.
Which one?
The Space Police CMF and the Alien CMF. Gotta get some of those.
Yeah, some of the older space, I still have some of the Space Police sets from the 2000s. I have some of those, and then I have a couple of the Alien Conquest sets. Yeah,
I had a few Alien Conquest, but I parted them all down.
Bowser's Castle this morning. Did he build it and finish it already? And I take it that's for the youngest, I'm guessing, most likely. Yeah. I think I still have a couple of the old Friends amusement. I think I picked up a couple of them when they went on sale. I know I had a couple of the couple of the smaller sets. I think I picked up at one time when they were cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, interesting to see. Well, Mike, if you end up doing some cool mocking on those city plates, are you doing some videos on those too to kind of show off some of the ways you're mocking them for other people and whatnot, so they can kind of see the fun techniques for that? Yeah, see, I mock really good at the bottom of these walls, and at the top I don't do as good a job. I don't know if I can take any of these apart. You also had to hijack my phone for an hour and a half to build. Oh, are those new sets? The instructions are only online now for that stuff or whatever? Is that how the new Mario stuff is? There's no instructions with them. They're now digital. Oh, there you go. That's a good, interesting thing. Cool. I'll have to look at that. That'd be kind of interesting to see. Because maybe that's it. Everybody's been looking at them only on the app, not even on Lego.com. What? And so I suppose you don't have like an iPad or an iPad mini or anything laying around the house that he can use for that, huh? That kind of sucks.
Oh yeah, the fact that those instructions are only on the app is really, it's not a smart move, I don't think.
I mean, Lego.com would be smart. Now you can't even, so technically even in the missing instructions, they're not listed there for download either.
The instructions are all digital. They don't include instructions. They're only on the app.
See that? That to me is kind of shocking. Hopefully, if it starts to if it ends up going to something like that for all instructions, those instructions better be, the cat's meow. The color black has to be black. Gray needs to be gray. The only way that would make me happy is if the colors were crystal clear in terms of what they are. No mistakes, no off colors, no nothing. I'd be asking for 100% perfection on that if they did that with all instructions. Because you're right, that's a lot of use of, not that, like you said, if you've got young kids building, now dad can't use his phone. If dad or mom needed the phone for something, they can't use it because now he's stuck building. And if it's a bigger set like Bowser's, that's, a couple hours worth of building. That kind of seems kind of crazy, but we've seen it. We saw Lego supposedly fix VIP that really didn't need fixing. So I guess we really shouldn't be too shocked on that, for them doing crazy things sometimes that really make no sense because it doesn't really need to happen, but oh well.
I guess they were trying it out for Mario.
I mean, I guess it's one of those things where I guess, yeah. But I mean, like, if the line lasts for a long time, I mean, that could be something that in the end could, in the end maybe hurt the line too. I guess it just depends. I mean, because it means obviously the people that, you have to have the app to do it, So, I mean, I don't know. Seems kind of weird, but, I mean, I love Lego. I love the product, but some of the things they do sometimes, it's just like, I mean, are they really testing this in just a yes group instead of a group that might actually offer a no here or there, or say, well, I mean, if they're all saying yes, yeah, I mean, that'd be kind of crazy, but oh well. That, I guess that's, a video demo of how Mario works. Yeah, but why does that mean that the instructions have to be, they could do the video on Lego.com. I mean, I played that castle game for when they had the medieval stuff. They had that one castle game that I mean, I find the Flash game out there on the internet once in a while, but I played that game on Lego.com forever. So I mean, all they have to do is just started to Jim likes VIP too. Yeah. I don't even use it. I mean, I don't buy anything at Lego.com. I mean, I buy stuff, but I don't go near the VIP card. I'm gonna have, by the time I use it again, I'll probably have 100,000 points. I mean, I'm just not a fan. Never have been a fan of the way they changed it to. I mean, I used a few points for a couple things here recently, but then they messed up the order and they didn't give me the second one, so I got to use that code at some point. I got to find it and use it. So
yeah, after the whole fiasco with the summer sets, I just ordered those from the UK, and I haven't ordered anything from Lego since.
And that's kind of the thing, is it was a program that wasn't broken, and then maybe, I mean, obviously some of that stuff they offer, I mean, maybe there are people that want it, but I mean, it's kind of, that reminds me of the game. Let me start with the games now, with Earth and Beyond. When I played that game, before EA, Electronic Arts, killed it, they went to okay, well, I mean, if they expire every year, who cares?
They expire after a year? Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me. It just means I won't buy anything through them, and just spend less money on Lego. It doesn't matter to me. It's it's them.
I mean, I didn't see any point in changing up the VIP points. I just use them the way they are, just to get money off my purchases, because that's all I need it for.
It just became a headache to use. I mean, it used to be where you just say, okay, I want to use $10 on this purchase. Now you have to get the coupons. I mean, why add all these extra steps to something that didn't need it? I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, I want somebody from Lego corporate to call me on the phone and say, this is why we changed it, and it better be a freaking dang good reason, because otherwise, why? Why do we have to be prepared to use this? So you go in the store and say, oh, by the way, sir, you have $10 on your VIP card. Would you like to use that today? I mean, how hard is that?
Yeah, that was easy.
That's why customer service at Lego, I think, has taken a 90% dive in the last 2 or 3 years. I mean, just literally. I mean, it's out the window. Now you got to build sets in the stores. I mean, I've seen instances where the employees are building sets, ignoring customers. I mean, where's the customer service? I mean, when I joined Lego, it was all about customer service. Now it's about saving hours and making money, and not so much about the experience that it used to be known for. It's like, oh well. So I mean, yeah, I guess. So if you won't use it, it saves them money. Well, yeah, if I buy, I just don't buy as much Lego. I mean, I don't have to buy much Lego. I mean, I got millions of pieces. Why do I need to buy any more? I mean, in the end, actually, what's funny is I'm actually buying through the guy out east. So in essence, he's using his VIP points. So in essence, I'm not having to use mine because I'm buying through him. So he actually gets all the purchases from me. So in the end, one person is getting points and using it. In the end, we're all probably benefiting, but I mean, he's obviously getting the points, and so yeah, he's using it. So in the end, it's it's fine with me. I don't care. I mean, I'm getting the parts I want and those things. But yeah, I mean, in the end, yeah, it might be saving him money, but in the end, I don't probably buy as much either. If it was super easy to use, I'd probably be buying at least double what I buy now, double or triple. But the harder you make it to use, the less people are gonna spend money. Just like my old boss said, SWAT. Sell what's available today. So people walk into the stores or walk into the store and they can't use something and they have 40, 50 bucks. They're going to walk out of the store. They're going to walk down to Target and they're going to buy Mega Bloks, or they'll buy something else. They might not even buy Lego. They'll be like, they might see the Lego. I don't want to give them their money. They made this program that had no problems, so much harder to use. Why don't I want to spend money on their product? Let me just buy this other stuff, I mean, and that's the problem, is they have to think. But like I said, I mean, not everybody thinks. I mean, Lego is full of a lot of yes people. I mean, I've seen it. It's just yes central. I mean, like the Yes Man movie. I mean, I'm not a yes man. Probably why I don't work for Lego anymore. I was one of those guys like, well, and they're like, oh, we don't want him. We don't want him. We don't want to have to. We don't want someone that's gonna, not agree with us on everything. So, but maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I don't work for them. They wanted a yes man. I couldn't be a yes man. So, in the end, it's one of those things where it's just, I mean, I don't use a lot of the I have some, and I mean, I've got them out there. I don't know if I really use them, but yeah. But I mean, how much money do you think everybody spends less? Well, I mean, that's true. Well, like they said, Kevin, I mean, it's profit, greed. I mean, just like everything else. I mean, why have customer service? We just want money. We don't, I mean, that's kind of the thing, Get rid of all these people that actually know what they're talking about in the store, that help customers, help find the stuff they need. Let's just put whoever's in there. Let's just find people that put them in there and, help customers, but they aren't going to be as good as the old people we got rid of that actually cost us a little bit more, but we're much better at doing it. Yeah, well, that's fine, Why do you think they struggle so much now, more than they did before? Pretty obvious, You don't have the people that, really, really know their stuff. I mean, yeah. There was a time when those of us that worked for Lego really, really knew our stuff. Kevin knows that firsthand. He probably was one of the best when he worked in the stores. Didn't they nickname you, Mr. Knowledge or something? So, I mean, I know when he got to corporate, he, really was able to show off his knowledge. I know that. I think we heard that in his story on Forever Sorting. So, but I don't know. I mean, it's a program that I don't think was broken, but obviously, yeah, less money. I mean, but I don't know. I'll just buy through others, and they can, because I bought some stuff recently, but it was on sale. So we'll look and see. I mean, obviously, maybe the other problem too is like right now with nothing in stock. If the coupons expire, and I get the coupon to thinking it's going to come back in stock, and then it expires before it comes back in stock, then now I've lost money that way too. So, I mean, Lego, I'd like to say, why did you change a program that was so easy? Sir, you've got money. Would you like to use it today? Obviously, it's one of those things where you could have just stopped the employees from saying that. Please don't ask the customer if they want to spend their money. Just, just ask them for the card, and if they can remember that they have money, they can use it. I mean, if you really didn't want to, if that was your goal to save money, do it that way. I mean, in the end, it's like, I don't know, it just makes me laugh, but oh well. Oh well. I guess I shouldn't be harping on their program when I'm asking for farm and train. I mean, that's the thing. I'm twisting their arm on one side of the show. On the other side, I'm going, please, can you make this up? So I mean, hey, come on. It's humorous, makes for good humor. But hey, I worked for Lego for years, and I'll tell you, some of that stuff would probably sell a lot more than they think it would. But that's from years of actually listening to the customers. Listening to what they had to say, listening to what they want, passing it up the corporate ladder, who just kind of just with their infinite tunnel vision said, no, they really don't want that. Okay. Talking to hundreds of people a day, and this is what they say they want, but yeah. Don't trust me. Just think it's all about the AFOLs. No, never was about the AFOLs, ever. Maybe the pick-a-brick wall might have been about the AFOLs, but the sets, no, never about the AFOLs. That tells you how really bad the tunnel vision was when they were doing my reviews. Yeah, all he ever thinks about is the AFOLs. Oh my God. Wow, no wonder service has gone down the crapper. They always think we're thinking about the people we're not thinking about when we say we think this would be good in the store. Yeah. Well, they're feeling it, feeling it now after they liquidate so many employees and everything else, realizing, I still haven't realized it yet, probably won't for probably a decade or so. They'll realize as their mortar their mortar stores start to really feel the pinch, they'll maybe suddenly realize like, maybe we were doing something wrong. But I don't expect them to see that for at least, at least feel that for like a decade or so, and then maybe they'll, see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's been there the whole time. But so. Oh, look at that! I think I finished a level. Wow, that was only 2 hours. Actually, I didn't finish it, and I still need a ceiling for it. But that means I got to find the mold. I don't know where my mold is. My mold is missing. There's a door. My mold is missing. Maybe that's it back there. I don't know if I want to start that. That's going to be, it's going to be time intensive there. Well, the one mold to end all molds. Yeah, I don't think I can even do it here. Not with the keyboard, not with any able to type. I can maybe do it, I just can't type. Well, these can go away. This would be onesies and this would be pretty much just 1x1s and 1x2s. I mean, I thought the points expired every couple years, though. Did they change that? Because I thought it was like I thought it used to expire every like 2 years or something. I don't think it was every year. Or I guess, but I think they expire in the same year. Because I thought that's the way it was. Maybe like you said, they changed it. Greed is an interesting thing. So I don't know. What are you up to, TJ? What are you doing? You building? You're sitting or what?
I'm just sitting.
Just sitting.
I wanted to look up this VIP points stuff. Lego I got to help topics and it says Lego VIP points will only expire if you stop using your account for 18 months.
Oh, see that I don't. I mean,
anytime you earn or redeem points, the timer resets, and you'll get another 18 months to use them. And when you're close to losing them, they send you an email.
So basically, Dreamers is asking, am I expanding? Actually, since you haven't been on in a while, Jim, this is the new. This isn't it. The new Hope Castle is being rebuilt. That's it over there. So it's based on Braemar Castle in Scotland. So the Clover is a little bit smaller, so it fits on 2x2 base plates. And then, I mean, the old castle is completely demolished. It no longer exists. So the one you remember seeing, the really big one, it no longer exists. I'll actually pull up a picture. So I do have a picture of where it is. See here, it's in favorites. Favorites. So this is where the old Hope Castle currently resides. 100,000 plus pieces just sitting in like the 2-gallon bags sitting in storage. Oh, those might be gallon bags. I don't know, gallon or 2-gallon. So yeah. So the castle was totally, like I said, destroyed with the exception of Maggie's level over there, and of course the tower where the camera's sitting on the Memorial Tower. So if you haven't seen Memorial Tower, that's Memorial Tower. So it actually has Keely's level here. Taylor is here. Justin is here. Trevor's here. Turner, who passed away earlier in June this year, was my co-host for a while. And then of course Jim. Remember Jim? Jim was the AFOL out in Colorado who had the heart attack at 40. Was it 45 or 54? Whatever. I can't remember. I'd have to look. So he has a level, and his level's got the. His level has the. He's got the observation deck, and with Mr. Hinkle up there being chased by the cat ladies up there in the observation deck. So I use and abuse my limited Kevin Hinkle figs. So dang it. I don't know where else to put the keyboard. That's the problem. I got movies here.
Yeah, for a while I had my one Kevin Hinkle fig doing graffiti on a Space Boys base.
Ooh, where did I go there? I switched to something there. Yeah, no, I mean, my Hinkle fig is, I got a couple of them actually. I have a few of them. I was able to acquire them over the years, so I got a couple of the Hinkle figs. And both on two. Actually, I think he's up there, and then Sparks is up there. So Sparks is up there too. They're both up there, both being chased. But I think they're carrying fish. So I think they're torturing or tempting the cat ladies. So I think it's their own. I think it's their own doing. I don't know why they do that, but they do. Putting the lockdown to use. Well, yeah, I mean that was the thing when the lockdown hit, and I knew there were no shows. That was my goal. I was like, well, I might as well start and do something else. And so I was like, part of it was to try to figure out how many pieces I really had in the castle. That was part of the incentive to do it, to see really how much I had. And so that was part of it, and the other was just kind of, I wanted to, since I've been organizing a collab. I lost a part here. Why was a part so fast? Or did I not have a part? And I thought I had a part, except I thought I did. Well, I've been organizing a collab for the last while for Brick World amongst the Wisslug members. Some of the Wisslug members that do Castle. We were going to do a collab, and so I was trying to make my castle a bit smaller too, to make it be less of the collab, because if you're doing a collab, I don't want my castle to be 90% of the space for the collab. I want it to, the way we're doing it is I want everybody to kind of be close to equal size as possible. So that was kind of the reason I figured I'd downsize, plus less setup time, whatnot. I just wanted to change. I mean, in the end, because I'm building the castle on Minecraft right now, and I am kind of missing it, there is a chance that Hope Castle, the last walls, all those outer walls, could be rebuilt entirely at some point, and that configuration fits inside the wall system and just becomes an extra source of defense for the castle. Because technically I could raise that sucker up, which I want to anyways, but raise it up in the air considerably and then have that sitting at an elevation inside the castle. More flexibility. Well, I actually, when I first started working on rebuilding it, I actually was working on, like Kevin always talked about, trying to get me to make it more of being able to be a collab where people could build it. And so when I first started that, the sections were going to be massive. The walls were going to be, a 16 by 16 wide, 16 by 16 studs wide, and two 16 by 16s, like a 32 long. And so, I had some funky setups. I mean, in the end, and the corners were going to be like 9 of the grill plates, the 8x8s. It was going to be like 9 of those, so 3x3. I mean, I had a massive setup, and then I realized, man, this is just going to be cool for adding people, but massive in scale. And I was like, man, I don't know if I can do that. And then I was thinking, my goal should be to make it smaller so that I can actually move it around more. I mean, I could show at a mall show. I only need a couple tables. I don't need a massive amount of space. And so that was part of it too. I've never been able to really show the castle at some of these smaller weekend shows, because I feel like the setup is just too uncost effective. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of the way I've always thought about it. So in the end, I guess we'll see, but I'm missing a part. I'm missing a piece somewhere. What happened to that piece? They must be in the toy chest. I'll have to go dig for that. So in the end, hopefully I'll have a lot less setup time. Maybe give me more chance, especially at the shows like Brick World, to do more of the like the seminars and stuff, teaching people how to make the cloth items, capes and all that. So we'll see. I mean, this will still be probably the biggest castle within the collab, but it will be as massively bigger than everything else. It might be marginally by maybe 16 studs or something. So we'll kind of see. So, but that's kind of why I did it. Just kind of change it up. But like you said, when the pandemic started, it was kind of those things where, this is a good time to probably just do something else, I mean, and it's pretty much been worked through all of its alterations. I mean, it's been all clear. It was textured clear, kind of, and then it went the textured with the trans black and stuff, and then the headlight bricks. I mean, it went through a bunch of iterations. It's changed. It's got bigger. The keep has changed a bunch with the new clover. I think it's going to be. Clover was a lot cool. The clover was cool. Had the names in it, so I took the names out of the clover because the clover is called the Clover of Hope, and the tower is Memorial Tower. So. Yeah, so I mean, for me, I think this would be. Well, yeah, because most of the tables are like. Most tables I think we get usually are about 30 inches deep by about, usually 6 feet, whatever, wide. So in the end, if I get 2 tables deep, I've got 60. I mean, I need 40 for the castle, and I can do extra up front. I could do a castle, like forest on 2 sides, and that's kind of what I was thinking. And then, I got room for the barn, Jim's barn, and I got room for the tower. So in the end, it was. I mean, that's probably a good size, 40 by 40. I mean, it still means I can't go on one table, but I mean, if I have to do a one table show, the clover's now on only 2 base plates, nothing overhanging, so I can take the keep, I can take the tower, I can take the barn, I can take the igloos because I got a couple igloos floating around here. They're around here. There's one here, so it's like one of those things where I've got lots of small elements that can be added. How they get added into this one is on the outskirts. So, I mean, obviously they aren't part of the inside part of it anymore, but we'll see. I mean, the nice thing is I don't know if you know, Jim, but when I moved to Wisconsin, I do have that nice storage. So I have a 60-inch by 140-inch table that my layout can sit on. So in the end, with this castle, if I don't go to the big one right away, I can still build a town. I can still build a fort. I want to build a fort. That's kind of one of the things I want to build. Whether or not it'd ever be something to be used in the prequel or sequel to Aces Wild is anybody's guess. Only Kevin would know that. So, but I'm hoping when he finally moves to Texas or wherever he's moving to, Wisconsin, if I win the Powerball, maybe he'll be able to do his prequel or whatever. Because I think the movie, I can't remember, is Aces Wild the sequel or was that the prequel? I can't remember now. One of these nights, Kevin, you have to come on and play that for everybody so we can see it. Because I love that movie. That was awesome.
All right. Well, I'm going to head out because I'm tired. I need to go to bed. So.
Okay. Well, thanks, TJ, for coming in.
Yeah, it was nice to hang out here for a bit.
Well, that's always good. We'll have fun. And
we'll
catch you next week or something, maybe.
All right.
Well, next week. Next week, what, New Year's Eve, actually?
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day. Yeah, you might catch. I'll probably be streaming.
Yeah.
It won't be as exciting as a normal New Year's Day with all the bowl games where there's tons of people. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Okay.
All right. I'll see you.
Yeah. Have a good night. Back to me, folks, and you can kind of see it. You can kind of see it how it's kind of moving. It's kind of hard to see because it's clear on gray. So oh well. I guess I'll remember that next time and try and do. I think I probably left all my purple tiles out in storage when I was doing this. So lots of gray tiles. That right now without a city, I have lots of gray tiles. So and without a Lego store. So maybe need to redo that. I actually had one I was starting to build years ago and never quite finished it. So I'm trying to think if I'm building this right. It just seems like I think I had a lot of 1x1s the last time. Maybe I did it this way the first time. I don't know. So, I mean, the wild thing too is the castle uses a fair amount of parts too. I think each layer of the tower uses close to 2,500 plates. So those are the 1x1s. I thought I had another bag of 1x2s. I'll get it. I found another partial. I found a partial in the closet. Probably it. Maybe not. Those are 1x1s. Won't need very many 1x1s ever again. Lots of them. I had a partial bag of 1x2s. Plates, 1x1 plates. I guess I'll pull out of here. Not sure what everybody else is up to. Looks like viewership has gone down a little bit. So it's Christmas Day, so I'm guessing people who got up earlier are probably starting to get kind of tired, kind of like Jay, and probably thinking of hitting the hay. I don't know. I took an afternoon nap, so I'm going to be wired for a while. So I might actually, who knows? I might maybe I will end up playing some craft. I might actually go in and play some games I haven't played in a while. I might go play some World of Warships. I haven't blown up some stuff in a while. It might be fun to do that for a change. See what kind of gifts there are in there. Since it's Christmas, I did start playing that one from closed beta, I think, or open beta, whatever it was. So I just haven't played it a lot lately. I play it. I got a port full of ships. I just don't always play very much. Minecraft sucked a lot of it out of it there lately, so. So yeah, so I'll have to make a top for this. And actually, you know what? Actually, I don't have to do that yet. Actually, I'm going to pass on this. There's actually nothing has tops yet, so we'll just go ahead and do this. Actually, I was thinking I needed a top for it, but actually none of the wall sections have tops yet. So that's another project. Oh, and I had 1x1s mixed in here too, didn't I? A couple. So we'll pass on that. The tops are pretty methodical and monotonous. I almost need to save that one for bowling restarts. I can sit and work on that. I don't have to move it. Should maybe work on might be able to work on a straight section. Oh, you know what though? I built that up. Did I build that too tall? I did. That went 2 studs taller. Fiddlesticks. Well, the gatehouse has always been taller. I might have to go. I might have to look at that. Ouch. Well, so let's see. I gotta figure out what I want to do. I don't know. See you, Jim. Have a good night. I might end it here pretty quick anyway, since it seems like we're at 2.5 hours. I might end it. Might end it tonight. Let's see what else is going on. Maybe I don't know. Plus, it's a holiday, so. Sorry, but yeah, I don't know. I think other than that, I mean, I don't think really there's much going on. I think the only thing else that everybody's probably waiting on is just the new sets, and the new sets should obviously be pretty cool. So I mean, I guess we'll have to see. Now the flower bouquet looks definitely pretty sweet. I mean, it's definitely one of those sets that I think is going to be, pretty popular in terms of the fact that it's, it's definitely going to have some neat, pieces there. Lavender stuff, pink. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. That's a neat set. Obviously, the bonsai tree. I think everybody's going to be waiting for that sucker. All those pink frogs. That's probably, I mean, that one might, if that one gets parted out, it's got a decent price point, it's going to be one of those things that's going to be interesting. I wonder in terms of if they have $50. I wonder, it'll be interesting to see, and there's 900 parts. Be interesting to see. It might be a cool one to part out. I mean, Duplo's got farm. I mean, it's, I really don't want to build with the big bricks. I mean, this is obviously one of the sets I'm going to be looking forward to is the transparent ones. Definitely has definitely some cool elements on that. So it's one of those things where it does have some trans purple. So the 2x2 slope would be kind of cool to see. I mean, I'm playing Minecraft, but never got into the sets. I guess I probably should have done that a little bit more back in the day, but might have to get into that a little bit. So I don't know, there's lots of good sets. There'll definitely be some poly bags this year, some cool ones. The city sets, I guess I'll have to wait and see for those. I mean, the Harry Potter, the crest looks pretty cool. That one could be kind of cool, just even if nothing else, just to build it myself. Let me just see if there's any. Yeah, see, the 1x1, some of these 1x1 plates probably won't be as easy to get as other stuff. So it might be interesting to see. I might be able to build a crest itself of just some kind of human, something special. So I'm probably going to end this in about 40 seconds. So we'll probably end this week. Everybody have a great rest of your holiday, and everybody have a good week. We'll see everybody next week on New Year's Day. Chances are, probably for the next few episodes, I'll definitely probably be working on the castle. Probably most likely. I need to do some more of that just when I'm not streaming, just so I can concentrate fully on building and not so much watching chat and everything else. So, but we'll see. And then everybody have a great holiday, and we'll see everybody in 2021. So everybody have a great night. We'll catch everybody later.